Hi, everybody. It's Courtney from the Rule Breakers Club. It's all foggy. I wonder if that's just, I think it's just the lighting. Hi, Melissa. Hi, everybody. I think I'm going to go sit outside because it's nice out. Ooh, I think I might get my headphones so that I have the mic. Hi, Carrie Ann. I'm glad you're here because I'm going to talk about your topic. And one second, guys. Hi, Dad. What's up, Dad? Why don't you guys let me know what you ate for lunch today? Sup. That's my dad, guys. Dad, do you know how to give me hearts? Tap the screen. Ribs. So weird. Okay, so Carrie Ann, look at my cool hairdo, guys. Carrie Ann tweeted me egg salad sandwich. Oh, what did I have? I kind of ate like a really early lunch. I kind of ate like a brunch. And my mom doesn't know how to use Periscope, which is probably a good thing. I ate like a fried egg and avocado and Greek yogurt. And I hope that the connection doesn't go bad when I come out here because I really like sitting out here, but it seems like people get kicked off a lot. I'm hoping there's no correlation. Like I said, this is Courtney, if you don't know me, from the Rule Breakers Club. I'm a copywriter, run my own business, and earlier today I did a scope on something. I don't remember what it was. That's what you ate for lunch? Oh, I get it. Ribs and mashed potato. Where did you have such a fancy meal? Okay, so I did a scope. Carrie Ann was there and she tweeted me and asked if I would do a scope on how to deal with people who email you wanting lots of free advice. So, that makes sense. And so I'm going to have some couscous. We have couscous leftovers right now, which is really exciting. Yeah, I think it is a really good topic. So Carrie Ann, thank you for asking the question. I do have some tips. I didn't write anything down because I figured I'd probably have enough to say without that, but I'd also love to know how you guys handle people who want free advice. And if you have any specific, there you go. I knew he was going to say something. So here's my way of dealing with it. So I haven't had to deal with this in a while, and I think it's because most of our email replies now go to my operations manager, Diane, so I think she handles most of that stuff. Because normally it's people who haven't really been following me for a while, and I don't know, which I think is weird, but so they don't really know my email address, which is easy. It's Courtney@rulebreakersclub.com, but I haven't gotten a lot of those in a while. So when I did, here's what I would do, because it started to get a little out of hand. If I had a free resource that would help them with that problem, I would send them to that free resource. So, and I actually started having my VA do that. So she would go through my email, and I told her if people are asking about how to write an about page or work with me page or, specific copywriting tips, send them to the copywriting cheat sheets. Hi, Amy. Everyone's telling me what they had for lunch today. So if you want to let us know, and I'm, just prying in everyone's private lives. So my VA anyway, she would send them to that, or I would. I used to get a couple people who would just basically ask me can you tell me how you started your business? like how did you create your business? I would answer that in one sentence. So I could be sarcastic and just answer it in one cereal. I don't really like cereal. I never really did, but I eat a lot of granola bars and toast. So it's dangerous sometimes being a vegetarian because you end up eating a lot of just bread and cheese, which I definitely did today too. Had some Costco ciabatta bread with some camembert, some semi-fancy cheese bread, which we were laughing at a while ago. I was hanging out with, when I was in Kitchener at She Takes on the World filming for Natalie's Conquer Camp. I was laughing because one of my main meals that I eat is cheese on toast, and it's delicious. Fancy cheese, but cheese nonetheless. So basically I just send them to free content Yeah, Camembert, yeah. And if I don't send them to free content, if I don't have content, and if they're asking a question that's a really good question that I could create a blog post about, I say, oh, thank you for that question. I've put it on the list of topics to cover in an upcoming blog post. That's just what I would say. And nobody ever had a problem with that. And I think if they did, that would be ridiculous because they're basically asking me for free advice. And if they did have a problem with that, I probably just wouldn't answer the next email. I mean, a lot of times I just don't answer emails, and that's fine. You don't have to answer emails. What else would I do? I think, though, the bigger question here is when you run into people who overstep boundaries that seem like common sense to you, but they clearly are not to other people. And I really believe there's no such thing as common sense, because the whole idea that there's any type of logic that's common is just, that doesn't exist. So you have to understand that other people think things are normal that you don't. I've learned this from dating an Algerian for 5 years, like totally different cultures, totally different upbringings. Everything, like anything I say that I think is the most obvious thing in the world, he is confused by, and vice versa. So it's been a really good lesson in communication and just not getting mad at people for not getting things, but also understanding like it's not your job to make everybody happy. And I've had a weirdly large amount of like inappropriately upset clients lately that I'm just going to be blunt, like they were totally overstepping boundaries and getting upset about things that I just was shocked by. Oh, I missed that comment. Sorry, because I was getting peeved about. And you just have to kind of let that go, because there will be people who push your boundaries. And when you reinforce, like, I'm not going to do this thing, I'm not going to try to go out of my way to make you happy, because that's not, like, that wasn't in the original scope of our project or whatever, then you just have to reinforce those boundaries. And if it is a client, then it's okay. It's up to you. But sometimes the best thing to do is just to end the contract. And if it requires refunding them, if it's not a huge contract or it's something that you just feel better getting rid of them. I've done that twice now. They didn't even ask for them. I just was like, this is the end of the deal. And so I have a contract in place where I have the ability to do that if I want to terminate the contract. So yeah, it's really, you don't want to do it, but it's just sometimes it feels awful. Nobody wants to do that. But it's just something that's going to happen. And I was wondering if you have dealt with friends expecting freebies from you. No, that's a really good question, Melissa. Not really. Okay, I used to have that a little bit more when I did resumes. So when I first started getting into business, I did resumes. And I've now done the resume of almost everyone I know. And I did a lot of them for free because it was years ago, and it was hard. So, I think what happens there, like now, if I had a friend, like a really good friend, and it was a friend who was a friend before business and not a business friend, I would consider giving them a deal. And I have given people deals, not really good friends, because I don't really have a lot of personal friends who are entrepreneurs that I met before I started my business. But otherwise, my entrepreneur friends, like we always pay each other. That's never a thing, because we don't want that to happen. So we respect each other's businesses. If it's in terms of friends, I think you need to decide what your policy is. And it can be difficult if they're not in business, because I think the reason why my business friends respect that is because they're also in business, so they get it. And sometimes friends don't really get those boundaries. And I have had people recently ask me to help them with their resumes. Like, I still get that because I got known as the resume person. And I either had to be like, okay, there are people I love and I want to help, so I want to do something, but I don't want them to expect me to give them like a full-blown resume service, because I don't have time for that. That takes a lot of time, and I don't want to do it. It's just as miserable for me as it is for anyone else. So what I do is I tell them I will hop on the phone with you, or we can meet for coffee and go over your current resume, and I can give you some tips, but I'm not going to go in the Word document and reformat your resume for you. I'm not going to do that. So I just made that really clear. And I think you just have to decide what you feel comfortable doing. Does that answer that question? That's all I have to say about that. So I don't know, it's a pretty easy topic. I think you just have to decide what you're going to do and what you're not going to do and be okay with that. Entrepreneurs get it, but feel like friends, not so much. Yeah. And unfortunately, I have a B2B kind of business, so I guess that's kind of lucky. I don't have to deal with that as much. I do get people who are confused about what I do, so they'll ask me to do stuff, and I just tell them that's not what I do. I had someone a few months ago want to hire me for copyright law. It was like, I have no idea what that is. I only have one service right now, and it's Sales Page CPR, and yes. I do require payment up front. I wonder if it's a more common issue for life coaches, etc. Yeah, I think it probably is. My mom's a life coach, and she doesn't really have her business up and running, but I think it's something where I think life coaches are also people who like helping people, and they like to get into conversations where they're coaching people and giving advice. And so it's easy to just go into that while you're talking to someone. And I think you have to find those boundaries. When I'm talking to someone, when do I draw the boundary of being a life coach and being a friend? And you have to draw that boundary and just tell them, I do sessions with people on this if that's something you're interested in. And your friends love you and they care about you and they don't want to take advantage of you. But if you don't draw those boundaries, they don't know. Like, of course they're going to keep asking you questions. That's as simple as that. Yeah, so some people get upset, but it is what it is. I feel like there was something else. I do that a lot. I have a tangent and then I forget what the tangent is. But I think, any other questions about this topic of boundaries in business and personal and people asking for things and crossing boundaries? It's such a nice day, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but I actually took a shower today. Don't I look nice? All right, well, I'm going to go. Again, a lot of work to do today. And yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I probably won't do another one today, but let me know again. Tweet me if there's anything specific you want to. Yeah, of course. Anything specific you want to talk about. Oh, another good resource on that. Denise Duffield-Thomas did a blog a few weeks ago on how she handles email, which basically she doesn't. She gives it to her VA. And I do a less extreme version of that, but if you want to go to her blog and find that, I thought that was an amazing video, an amazing article. And even if you don't do all the things, like, I don't totally outsource my email, I just have someone go through my email and weed those things out. And so we just slowly, as emails come in, I'm like, this is the type of email I want to handle, and this is the type of email I don't want to handle. And if I don't want to handle it, we find a way to have someone else deal with it. So it makes a huge difference. It makes life so much easier. And eventually, even with some upset clients or things that just relationships that don't go well, I will set up filters to have their emails go to someone else, because energetically, it just makes me uncomfortable. I see their email and I'm just like, ugh. And so there's just one person right now, but it was just a very ugly ending. And after I refunded and stated the terms of that and all of that, I knew there was going to be some sort of backlash, and so I just sent that email forward to my operations manager. And I don't think there was one actually, but that way I knew that I wouldn't, because there's no reason why I need to deal with that, because it's not something I can take action on. And I told her, I want you to read these emails, and if there's anything important in them, then let me know. But otherwise, I trust you to decide if there is or not. So, okay. Email, so much fun. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming. See you later. Mwah. Thanks for the hearts. And peace out.